Yo, what's good, fam? Today we're diving into the wild story of Aegon Targaryen. Man, this dude's life was straight up bonkers. We're talking family drama, wars, dragons, and enough plot twists to make your head spin. Aegon wasn't just any Targaryen. He was smack in the middle of one of the craziest periods in Westeros history. You think your family reunions are tense? Wait till you hear about the Targaryens. This story's got everything: betrayal, revenge, and enough fire to make even the coldest night in the Seven Kingdoms feel like a summer barbecue. So grab your snacks, get comfortable, and let's break down the insane life of Aegon Targaryen. Trust me, by the end of this, you'll be thanking the gods your family drama doesn't involve dragons. Let's kick it off with Aegon's birth. This little platinum-haired bundle of joy came into the world in 106 AC, and boy did he make a splash. Aegon was the first son of King Viserys to survive infancy, and you best believe people were hyped. We're talking realm-wide celebrations, y'all. Everyone and their mama thought this kid was gonna be the next king. I mean, he was the firstborn son, right? That's how it usually goes down, but here's the twist. Viserys had already named his daughter Rhaenyra as heir. Talk about setting the stage for some family beef. From day one, this poor kid was caught in the middle of a royal mess, and he didn't even know it yet. Now you'd think being a prince would mean living your best life, right? Wrong. Aegon's childhood was about as warm and fuzzy as a White Walker's hug. His pops, King Viserys, was too busy dealing with his own drama and illness to show much love. And Mama Alicent, she was playing the Game of Thrones instead of playing catch with her kid. Poor Aegon was raised with more slaps than hugs, more shouts than bedtime stories. It's like his parents forgot they had kids and just remembered occasionally to yell at them. No wonder this dude grew up with issues. Imagine trying to figure out life with zero guidance and a whole lot of expectations. It's like trying to learn to swim by being thrown into the narrow sea. You might survive, but you're gonna come out messed up. Alright, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Or should I say the dragon. The whole succession thing was messier than a food fight at the Red Keep. On one side, we've got King Viserys saying, yo, Rhaenyra's my heir, end of story. But on the other side, we've got a bunch of lords going, nah, fam, we want Aegon on the throne because he's got a Y chromosome. It's like the most high-stakes game of musical chairs ever, and poor Aegon's stuck in the middle. You've got the Greens backing Aegon and the Blacks riding for Rhaenyra. And let me tell you, these weren't just team names. These folks were ready to throw down over this. It's like the most epic family feud, but instead of winning a car, you get a whole kingdom. Talk about pressure. Now let's dive into Aegon's personality. You'd think a prince would be all about that crown life, right? Well, not our boy Aegon. This dude had about as much interest in being king as I have in eating a plate of boiled turnips. He was more interested in living his best life. And by that, I mean partying, drinking, and doing whatever he felt like. But here's the thing. Deep down, Aegon was dealing with some serious self-esteem issues. Imagine growing up knowing you're supposed to be king, but feeling like you ain't worth squat. That's Aegon in a nutshell. He was like that kid in school who acts out because he's actually insecure. Aegon wanted to prove himself, but he had no clue how to do it right. It's like he was playing a game where nobody told him the rules, and the prize was a throne he didn't even want. Alright, let's talk about Aegon's love life, and trust me, it's as messy as a dragon's dinner table. Following Targaryen tradition, which is wild by the way, Aegon married his own sister, Helaena. No, I know it's enough to make you want to take a long shower, but for Targaryens, this was just Tuesday. They had 3 kids together, twins Jaehaerys and Jaehaera, and later, little Maelor. Now I wish I could tell you they lived happily ever after, but this ain't that kind of story. Aegon wasn't exactly husband of the year material, if you know what I mean. He was out there doing his own thing, while poor Helaena was left dealing with the kids and the drama. It's like a medieval version of a bad reality TV show, but with way more deadly consequences. So, King Viserys finally kicks the bucket and all hell breaks loose. The Green Council, led by Aegon's mama and granddaddy, decide it's time for Aegon to step up. But here's the kicker. They don't even tell anyone the king is dead for a whole week. They're out here playing weekend at Bernie's with the king's corpse while they get their ducks in a row. Meanwhile, Aegon's off in Flea Bottom, probably having the time of his life, completely oblivious. When they finally track him down, Aegon's like, nah, I'm good. Let Rhaenyra have the throne. But Sir Criston Cole, aka the Kingmaker, pulls the ultimate scare tactic. He's all, bro, if you don't take the crown, Rhaenyra's gonna turn you into Dragon Chow. Suddenly, being king doesn't sound so bad to Aegon. It's like when your mom threatens to take away your phone. Suddenly, doing the dishes doesn't seem like such a chore. Coronation Day rolls around, and it's like the most extra sweet 16 you've ever seen, but with more swords and fewer party favors. Aegon gets crowned in the Dragon Pit, which is pretty symbolic when you think about it. Surrounded by the source of Targaryen power, while half the realm is ready to rebel. Meanwhile, Rhaenyra's over on Dragonstone, like, hold up, that's my crown. And just like that, the dance of the dragons kicks off. We're talking realm-wide chaos, y'all. It's like when two people grab the last piece of chicken at a family barbecue, but instead of a slap fight, you get full-on war. Aegon's sitting on the Iron Throne, but let me tell you, that seat's about to get real hot real quick. The early days of Aegon's reign were like a roller coaster. If roller coasters could kill you and burn down your house, his bro Aemon starts things off with a bang by killing Rhaenyra's son, Lucerys. Aegon's reaction: throw a feast. Talk about reading the room wrong, my dude. But karma's a dragon, and it bites back hard. Rhaenyra's hubby demon sends some goons to kill Aegon's son, Jaehaerys. It's like the worst game of tit-for-tat ever played. Aegon loses it and orders every ratcatcher in King's Landing hanged. Because obviously all ratcatchers are assassins, right? Eye roll. Meanwhile, Aegon's trying to run a kingdom, but he's about as qualified as a fish trying to climb a tree. He's drowning his fears in wine while his supporters are out there catching L's left and right. It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion, but the train is made of dragons and bad decisions. Now let's talk about the Battle of Rook's Rest, or as I like to call it, the day Aegon learned dragons aren't fireproof. Aegon decides to play hero and join the fight on his golden boy Sunfire. He and his bro Aemon go up against Rhaenys Targaryen, aka the queen who never was, and her dragon Meleys. What follows is less of a battle and more of a draconic demolition derby. Rhaenys and Meleys go down, but not before turning Aegon into a human s'more. We're talking half his body burned, broken bones, and an ego as shattered as his hip. Sunfire ain't doing much better. Homeboy's wings look like crispy chicken skin. Aegon's left looking like Two-Face from Batman, and he's about to find out that ruling while high on milk of the poppy isn't as fun as it sounds. After Rook's Rest, Aegon's taking a year-long siesta to recover, leaving his bro Aemond in charge. Now Aemond's about as qualified to rule as a direwolf is to do taxes, so you can imagine how well that went. Meanwhile, Aegon's busy cosplaying as a mummy, all wrapped up and doped up on milk of the poppy. When he finally gets back in the game, he's a changed man, and not in a good way. Imagine going through a bad breakup, getting food poisoning, and stubbing your toe all at once. That's basically Aegon's mood 24/7 now. He's in constant pain, addicted to painkillers, and crankier than a hungry dragon. His decision-making skills, which weren't great to begin with, are now about as reliable as a chocolate teapot. The Aegon that comes out of recovery is like the evil twin of the guy who went in. More paranoid, more ruthless, and with a fashion sense that leans heavily on covers burn scars. Just when Aegon thought things couldn't get worse, life was like, hold my beer. Rhaenyra and her crew roll up and take King's Landing faster than you can say Dracarys. Aegon's left doing his best Where's Waldo impression trying not to get caught. Dude goes from King of the Seven Kingdoms to playing dress-up as a commoner in Flea Bottom. It's like the most high-stakes game of hide-and-seek ever. He's out here on a fishing boat, probably wondering where it all went wrong. Meanwhile, his kids are being smuggled off to who knows where. His wife Helena's losing it, and the realm's in chaos. Aegon's gone from sitting on the Iron Throne to sitting on a bucket in a fishing boat. Talk about a fall from grace. It's like he went from the penthouse to the outhouse in the blink of an eye. But Aegon wasn't about to go out like that. Nah, our boy decided to make a comeback that would make Rocky proud. He shows up on Dragonstone like, surprise, I'm not dead. Next thing you know, he's flipping some of Rhaenyra's supporters faster than burgers at a cookout. But the real showstopper? Aegon decides to have a dragon duel with Rhaenyra's daughter, Baela. Picture this. Two dragons doing aerial acrobatics, breathing fire while their riders are probably questioning all their life choices. It's like the most epic dance battle, but with scales and flames. In the end, both dragons crash land, and Aegon, in his infinite wisdom, tries to dismount mid-fall. Spoiler alert, gravity wins. Our guy ends up with legs more shattered than his dreams of a peaceful reign. At this point, Aegon's body has more breaks than a Kit Kat bar. Now we've reached the part of the story that'll have you checking under your bed for dragons. Rhaenyra, thinking Dragonstone is safe, rolls up like she's coming home from vacation. Plot twist. Aegon's waiting for her like the world's worst surprise party host. He captures her faster than you can say family reunion gone wrong. But Aegon's not about to let Rhaenyra off easy. Nah, he decides to go full supervillain. In a move that would make even the Night King say, dude, that's cold. Aegon feeds Rhaenyra to his dragon Sunfire, and he makes her son watch. It's like the most messed up family dinner ever. This moment right here, it's when Aegon crosses the line from troubled king to certified dragon-riding psycho. He's not just burning bridges at this point, he's nuking them from orbit. You'd think after all that, Aegon would be sitting pretty, right? Wrong, the war's still raging, and Aegon's about as popular as a Frey at a Stark family reunion. His own guys are telling him to bounce and join the Night's Watch, but Aegon's not having it. He's clinging to that throne like it's the last slice of pizza at a party. But karma's not done with our boy yet. One day, Aegon's chilling in his litter, sipping on some Arbor Red, as you do when you're a paranoid, war-torn king. And bam! He takes his last sip. Someone decided to spice up his wine with a little something extra, if you know what I mean. Aegon goes out not with a bang, but with a gulp. It's like the ultimate "you can't fire me, I quit" move, except it's more "you can't dethrone me if I'm dead." The real kicker? No one knows for sure who did it. It's like the medieval version of Clue, but with more dragons and fewer candlesticks. So, what's the legacy of our boy Aegon? Well, it's about as mixed as a bag of Bertie Bott's every flavor beans. On one hand, he was a king, sat on the Iron Throne, and had a sweet dragon. On the other hand, he basically set the realm on fire and got his whole family killed. His reign was shorter than a Snapchat story, but the drama, that lasted for generations. The Dance of the Dragons messed up the Targaryen dynasty so bad, it's like they never fully recovered. Aegon goes down in history as a controversial figure. Some see him as the rightful king, others as a usurper who caused a civil war. But one thing's for sure, his story is proof that having dragons doesn't guarantee a happy ending. It's like the ultimate cautionary tale. Be careful what you wish for, especially if it's a pointy chair made of swords. In the end, Aegon's story reminds us that in the Game of Thrones, you win or you die, and sometimes you do both. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more cool content. Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Thanks for watching and catch you next time.